Bodybuilders have a habit of doing whatever it takes to get the upper edge on their competition. It can be as weird as blending up chicken and rice just to get in more food, or taking meth pre-workout to have the most intense workout of your life. Many times bodybuilders will push their boundaries and do whatever it takes to win, even if it has great risk to their health. Today, we're going to be talking about a specific compound that has been abused by bodybuilders and gym rats all around the world. 1,3-dimethylamine, also known as DMAA, is a psychoactive compound that is similarly structured to amphetamine. The primary function of the stimulant is to enhance the release and inhibit the reuptake of certain neurotransmitters such as dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin. This leads to increased alertness, improved focus, elevated mood, and physical energy. DMAA gained popularity as individuals started implementing this as a dietary supplement and adding it into pre-workouts. It wasn't long before people caught on, realized how insane this compound was, and started abusing the stimulant. In this video, I'm going to give you the top 5 strongest pre-workouts that had DMAA, giving you a small breakdown on each one. Starting off the list is my favorite pre-workout of all time, Venom. The label alone just looks absolutely badass, but this one was good because it wasn't too strong or too weak. It's kind of hard to explain what taking DMAA is like. It's actually crazy. You're guaranteed to have the best workout of your life. As soon as you walk in the gym, you have absolute tunnel vision, hyper focused, hyper alert. The only thing on your mind is moving weight, getting a sick pump. You have no other distractions. You are simply dialed in, wired. For 1 to 2 hours, you are going to work at 110%. You feel crazy. You feel like you're on cloud 9. But the thing is, after those 2 hours, hour and a half is up, you feel like complete shit. You crash, and it is not just a normal crash. You crash hard. On the ride home, you're spacing out. You could barely focus and concentrate on the road. And by the time you get home, you're barely even hungry to eat a post-workout meal. And then if you even manage to finish it, you're crawled up in the fetal position in bed, fucking shaking and sweating. No, I'm just kidding. It's not like that. But yeah, you really do have a bad crash from it. And when you get home, all you really want to do is just sleep, kind of lay down and just chill, because you are absolutely so burnt out and don't even want to move. So that's why I like Venom, because it had just enough DMAA where you would get that super intense workout, you would get those effects, but when you got home, you wouldn't feel like complete garbage. Number 2 on the list is going to be Fenta. Fenta Inferno is right up there with Venom in terms of strength. It was very similar to Venom in many ways. I almost liked it better at some points, but it was very hard to find. 1 week, there would be so many on the shelves, and then the next week, it would be completely gone. And that was the thing with a lot of these pre-workouts. You can only buy them at select stores. You can't just walk into a GNC and buy them. You have to go to one of these specialty supplement shops that carry a little bit more than just fucking protein powder and some vitamins. The reason GNC and Vitamin Shop wasn't selling these pre-workouts is because DMAA is banned. DMAA is illegal. The way these companies were able to get around selling these pre-workouts is there would be a fat label right on the front that said, not for human consumption. And some of them might even say, this is a research chemical, do not consume. Huge black box, white letters, like you cannot miss it. Yet myself and all my friends, we looked past it every single time and bought it anyway. But yeah, Fenta tasted really good. Had really good focus, really good workout. The only thing that it was missing was you really didn't get a good pump. This pre-workout was all stim, all focus. You still had a really good workout, but you did not have like any sort of citrulline or pump ingredients that really helped in terms of like filling out the actual muscle. Number 3 on the list, Mesomorph. I honestly really did not like this one at all, and I think the biggest reason is because I got sick on it. There was one workout, I can remember it vividly. I took Mesomorph, felt good for like an hour and a half. I just hit a point where I was not feeling good, ran out the door, started puking my brains out. It was not a fun time, and these companies could only get away with this for so long. So after a while, I don't know if the FDA or some sort of regulation would catch on, and they would not be able to no longer sell these products that contain DMAA. But they had ways around it. They had shortcuts. So what they would do is instead of using DMAA in their pre-workouts, they would slightly change the chemical structure of 1,3-dimethylamine and spawn DMAE and DMHA. These were kind of now under the radar because DMAA is the thing that's being talked about. It's being put in all the pre-workouts. Regulations and certain companies are starting to catch on and starting to crack down on these companies, making them shut down. Then they realized kind of a loophole. They could just put the DMAE and DMHA, which have pretty much similar, if not the same effects, and can still sell their pre-workout. So that's why you would see, at one point it would be on the shelf, it would be there would be a ton of it, and then the next week there would be none, it would be gone. 2-3 weeks later, maybe a month, it would come back, relabeled, repackaged. Instead of having DMAA, it would have either DMHA, DMAE, maybe even both. But the thing was, they were never consistent. Usually with the DMAE, DMHA have similar effects, but it does not hit the same as DMAA does. And a lot of times, I think it's the DMHA or DMAE, one of the two, really upsets your stomach. It does not make you feel that good. It's not as clean of focus or energy as some of the original pre-workouts were. Mesomorph used to be really good. When I first got it, the first tub I ever had, really, really strong, but it was great. But then it came off the shelves. They had to take out the DMAA. Once they switched the formula, added the DMHA or DMAE, it was completely different, never the same after that, and I think that's probably when I threw up on it, because it probably upset my stomach. Ugh, not good, never again. Number 4 on the list is Dark Energy. A lot of you guys have probably seen this one. This one became really popular like 2 years ago, but this was really like the last of its kind. Probably one of the strongest ones on the list. This one not only contained DMAA, but both DMHA and DMAE. All three of them had insane focus, decent pump, but the taste was absolutely horrible. They had simple flavors like orange and grape, but the aftertaste was terrible. It almost tasted like battery acid, as if like it was not meant to be consumed. That's the best way I could describe it. This was probably the last pre-workout that I ever took that had DMAA. After this, I started seeing less and less of the Venoms, the Fentas, Mesomorph. These started going away, and I started seeing less pre's pop up that started containing DMAA, DMAE, all that. I don't even think you could probably find Dark Energy now. I don't think they still make it, along with, most of the other ones on the list. I did want to add some honorable mentions. The two that I will put on this list are Jack 3D and Ultimate Orange. Ultimate Orange was the first of its kind, first synthesized back in the 1980s, and this did not only contain DMAA, but it also contained another strong stimulant known as ephedra. Ephedra was later banned in 2004 and increases epinephrine in the body. Ultimate Orange, I want to say this was probably like the first like insane pre-workout that contained these strong stimulants like 1,3-dimeth, ephedra. I could only imagine what taking that was like, but it was around for a while. So all throughout the 80s, 90s, and a little in the early 2000s, guys were probably taking this shit like it's their bread and butter. And then another one that was really popular, didn't become popular to the early mid-2000s, but Jack 3D. And this is probably like the most famous pre-workout that everyone knows about. I wish I could try it. I still see ways that you could buy it online, like they have eBay. I feel like there's no way it's real. It was later discontinued in 2013. The craziest part is that they were selling this in GNC, other like verified supplement stores like that, which I find insane. This was before the knowledge came out about DMAA and the potential health risks that it has. So it's just crazy to think that you could walk into a GNC and just buy pretty much like Adderall. It's like meth in a bottle, essentially. It's crazy. And behold, the number one most strongest pre-workout that I have ever tried in the history of my life. 75 milligrams of DMAA, ephedra extract, and last but not least, Carterine. Now, if you don't know what Carterine is, it's also referred to as GW501516. And it is commonly put in the SARM category. However, it is a PPAR agonist. This pre-workout is called Death Punch. Just by the name alone, holy shit, dude, did this stuff hit hard. The fact that it contained not only DMAA, the ephedra extract, but Carterine. It had GW in it. This pre-workout was stacked. When I was in the store and I bought this, I fucking couldn't believe it. GW is commonly used by athletes and bodybuilders because it is a useful fat burning agent and increases endurance and stamina. Great compound. Within days of taking this pre-workout, you feel like a completely different human being. You're getting the most insane pumps in the gym, breaking through your plateaus, and feeling like an absolute tank every session. I didn't realize until now that when I'm making this video that the pre-workout contained the ephedra extract, and this is the main issue with some of these pre-workouts and compounds that are being promoted, is that people are not properly educated on what they're consuming. It's extremely important to understand that even though these compounds have amazing benefits and you're going to feel awesome taking them, they do have drawbacks on your health, and they can be potentially dangerous in the long run. These stimulants significantly increase your heart rate, elevate your blood pressure, cause vasoconstriction, and potentially can cause severe cardiovascular events. Using these compounds, taking them every day, will seriously put your health at risk. It's extremely important to take precaution if doing so. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next ones. I will see you guys later.